So, look what came in today from Regie Collects. You know, now I don't feel so isolated. Stay tuned for the video.
Anachronic.
Hey comic guys and gals, I'm Joe and welcome to Anachronic Comics. As I mentioned in the intro, I got a package from Regie Collects, from Swoldier Publishing, I believe. And what this package contains are some of the various covers and issues for Isolation, which is a comic book that's being published by Regie under his Swoldier Publishing line and written by good pal Doug Bratton. So let's take a look and see which ones I ordered, because I really don't remember. Okay, priority envelope. Now Regie said that his parents were helping him send this out, so I wonder if they actually are the ones who put this one together. Okay. All right. Put this inside, so we need to open this up as well. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. This one opened up. Gemini. Oh, okay. And now we got it in one of these bags, which is great because sometimes they leave this stuff out on my stairs or in the back on the deck. And if it rains, there's a problem. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Ooh, we have 4 different covers. So what I didn't mention was that Delia Gunderson was the artist, and she did a great job on this, at least from what I've seen on Regie's channel. All right, so the first one is the cover A trade dress. Great stuff. Black, the reflection on that hatchet. Okay. And the next one is cover B with the trade dress. And the third is cover C, very mysterious, again with a trade dress. And the last one I have comes to me because I had to pay for it, but it comes to me as a Patreon member of Regie Collects. Regie had a special cover that was available only to Patreon members, and if I remember correctly, I believe there were only 100 copies of these available. There it is. It was actually, I thought he was going to put a little sticker on this, but I don't see a sticker. But this is cover B without the trade dress, but this was the Patreon only copy. So I want to let you know that the print run for all the different, for cover A and all the different variant covers was about 7,500. And each one has a certain number of prints that are available. So for example, cover A was, with the trade dress, 2,900. Cover B, trade dress, 750, so it's a 1 in 10. Cover C was 300 copies, so it's a 1 in 25. And cover D, the Patreon only, yes, was limited to 100, so I had that one right. There are 2 others that are available. There's a cover E, which is a Virgin Premium of 250, which I believe is going to be triple signed by Regie, Doug, and Delia. And there also is a San Diego Comic-Con version, because Regie and Doug were at San Diego Comic-Con, and I believe that might also be available on RegieCollects.com. So I haven't read this yet. So what I'm going to do is turn off the camera. I'm going to spend a few minutes to read through it, and I'll come back with a spoiler-free review. So hold on. Wow, I just read through Isolation number 1. And first of all, let me just start with the artwork. I think that Delia Gunderson just did a terrific job on the artwork. The inside is black and white, but it just jumps out at you with the grays and the blacks. And It just beautifully done. And she really captures the different time frames. This particular book, Isolation book, occurs in 1869, 1919, and 1949. And so, as you might imagine, each one of those time periods, the town of Isolation, and that's where the title comes from, is going to look a little bit different. The people are going to be dressed differently. And the town itself, going through all this time period, will look differently and react differently. And she captures Doug Bratton's scripting of this thing perfectly. Now back to Doug. Doug indicated, and Regie indicates on the inside front cover, that Isolation is a mystery series with fantasy and horror elements. Is framed by the overarching story of a researcher investigating 3 periods of murder which occurred in 1869, 1919, and 1949. The comic, written by Doug Bratton, is beautifully illustrated and lettered by 3 Hubert School graduates. And I guess I should give those other people their kudos, so hold on a second while I get to that from page. Yeah, so Doug is listed as the creator-writer, Delia Gunderson as the artist, then Elena Morton is the artist assistant, and Elizabeth Charland is the letterer. So that's those are the people that put this thing together. So now a little bit about the story, and I'm going to try to be very general about this, but there are basically, I think, 4 or 5, I forget the count now, different vignettes in this first issue. And what it expertly does is set up some of the questions that you have in your mind as to what's happened. Why is this happening here? Why did this happen to this person? What connection do they all have together? And of course, you don't have any answers to that, but it really tickles the imagination to try to think and say, what is the underlying issue here? What is the researcher going to be looking for in the particular murders that are involved? And you don't see all the murders actually in the first issue, so I'm sure there's going to be more of that happening in the second issue. So all in all, I have to say this first issue was really superb, and come on guys, Swoldier Publishing, you gotta get moving, because I gotta get that second issue to find out what's happening. Now, if you're interested in any of these, and I'm getting paid for this, but you can go to regiecollects.com. I know there are some issues that are still left, copies that are still left. I believe of all of the 4 that I have here, though I'm not certain. And you also have the opportunity to get a con exclusive. If you follow Regie, you know that he went to San Diego Comic-Con with Doug, and they brought a bunch of Comic-Con exclusives there, which are really, really good from what I can see. So I'm going to have to go on there and take a look at that and see if I can pick up one of those as well. All right, guys, that's the video. And again, Isolation number 1, kudos to the creative team on this. Really superb. Take care, guys, and I'll see you soon.